Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Horror Academic. It is Wednesday, and my review for today, well, I kind of goofed because I grabbed yet another DVD that was a bootleg of a Japanese program to find out that it wasn't a movie, it was actually a TV miniseries. But I'm going to review it anyway because it was about 2 hours long, so it was almost a movie. It's called Agon the Atomic Dragon. Agon. Not a bad little thing. I mean, it's 1968 TV. Still pseudomation. Lots of little toy trucks and rubber folks and whatnot, but not a bad little story. There's a typhoon, and because of it, there's a convoy that's carrying radiation that spills into the ocean that hits right where the sleeping Agon has been, and it awakens him. So you're following basically like three people who were there from the beginning, know something's going on. There's a reporter, there's a cop, and there's a scientist. And the scientist is part of a group at the National Atomic Energy Center, which is nearby, luckily. But it's probably also why the radiation was being transported in the first place. So there's a bit of social commentary. There's talk of definitely how, without the testing of scientific knowledge, my personal opinion is that our testings over the years with atomic and hydrogen bombs has caused this mutation that the radiation awakened. So it's definitely falls into that hard sci-fi line of monster movies. And I mean, it's a pretty good little story. It's four parts. Um, the first half deals more with what is Agon, like what is the story of Agon appearing, and the people. Kind of, there's a little bit of when it first kind of happens, it's not known what it is, and then it sends panic, and the police and the military are trying to warn the population to get ready to evacuate. And that's like the first half. And the second half deals more with a these two bandits that have stolen something we don't know till the end. I believe it's narcotics, and they get top-sized in a little boat, and they're trying to find a villager who will dive. It's like a fishing village, so we need someone who's a good diver who can go down and get our suitcase with our important goods. And in the middle of it, you know, the diver discovers Agon is sitting on their suitcase. So, he's like, "It's all yours. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm not waking up that dragon." So, sorry about that. Um, and his kid gets involved. There's a little kidnapping going on. Agon, when he gets up again, he chomps down on a ship, and the kid's hiding on the ship. So, there's this whole military action. How do we get the ship safely out of Agon's mouth? For a monster movie, this monster is pretty still for a lot of it. Like, there's a good chunk for, like, episode 3, I think it was, or maybe episode 4, where he's just standing there with the boat in his mouth, like, I got a boat. I got a boat. But, it's fun to watch, how they get the helicopter over him and try and, release or have him release the boat. And, it's there's some pretty effective shots, some good layering of video. Him Agon going through the city and the people running and screaming, and then Agon taking out the atomic energy center, and all these little things that we're used to seeing in these big huge movies, but it was fun to see in a TV show. Since 1968, it is in black and white, which I was a little surprised by. I just actually checked Wikipedia, and Japanese TV wasn't completely color until 71, it sounds like. So that's interesting. It makes me think that perhaps there were some shows that were already color, and this was maybe a lower budget project, which, fits from what you see, but it doesn't take away from the story. I think it was done well. The opening is actually really well done, using actual atomic explosions and some kind of cool slow-mo shots of Agon taking out stuff in the city. So, I mean, all of it, I think it's a really well done little story. The other thing I would note is that it kind of reminded me of the earlier seasons of Ultraman, like Ultraman, the original series, and Ultra Q, where it's, kind of a science group centered story, not necessarily military in action. And then there's, I mean, a little bit, all of those shows, to me, give a high Doctor Who vibe, really early Doctor Who, which was also 60s TV and also started black and white. But it's this kind of crew of people who really aren't military at all, trying to find the right way to deal with this problem. So, if you like those kind of TV shows, like Ultraman and Doctor Who and stuff like that, I think you would dig this. It's definitely more on the sci-fi end of the kaiju than on the horror end. It's not quite as terrifying, but it's well done. It's not a bad little show. If you get a chance to check it out, it's 4 episodes and it is Agon, Atomic Dragon. Not bad. Check it out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.